are you? My good name is Christabel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Doing Life with Chris. If you're new here, karibu sana. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, share and like our content. And please tell your troops, tell your friends, tell your family to come over here and let's learn, let's grow, let's create memories together as we navigate life. If you've been here once again or you have been here time and time again, thank you so much for believing in our content and for coming back to view our content and for liking and sharing, because I know you have. So today, kimeniramba guys. My nanny has left. What do I do? I'm a mother of 3. The youngest is 5 months. I am a full-time working mother. What do I do when your nanny leaves you on a Sunday morning? You do what? You meal prep as you think about where to leave your baby. Lakini hiyo easy to stress. Si tulisema hivyo? Si tulisema hatuwezi stressika na baraka. Blessings cannot stress us. So I want to meal prep our breakfast because the mornings are the most crazy parts of our day because they are quite intense, as you can imagine. So I want to meal prep our breakfast, and what I want to do is, my bread dough is already going. Let me show you. This is my bread dough. This has been proofing for about 40 minutes. I'll just give it another 20 minutes because it's supposed to proof for 1 hour, and this will be enough for 2 loaves of bread. So yeah, and then here let me start with this thing that wants to shine over here. I have a tablespoon is 15 ml. So I have 2 tablespoons of yeast, and then I have proofed it with about a cup of warm water, and then 1 tablespoon of sugar and 2 tablespoons of yeast, and I have been proofing it for about 10-15 minutes. It should be about 5 to 10 minutes. I just didn't add it to my flour because I wanted to make this part of the video. And then here I have 5 cups of flour, and then I have 1/3 of a cup of milk powder, and then I have for these ones I used half a cup of sugar, and then I also added 1 tablespoon of salt, and that's it. So I am going to pour this, and then here I have extra water for kneading. And then guys, here I made this by using 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour and 4 third cups of water. I mixed it until it was nice and smooth and not lumpy, and then I put it on the stove and continued to mix and koroga until it became this. So this is a roux, and it is used a lot in baking. If you want your bakes to be soft and tender and everything nice, this is what you use. In this recipe, I'm not going to use eggs, so it's also a very good substitute in this recipe for eggs. If your household has people who do not do eggs, then what you can do is make a roux na msonge nayo. So I was supposed to cover it because I'm supposed to use it ikiwa imepoa, but I did not cover it, so it has formed some sort of a crust hapa juu, and that is what I want to get rid of. And then I'll just dunk it in here, and then I will knead away and cover it with a damp cloth for about an hour to give it time to rise. The bread dough, I used 6 cups of flour. 6 cups of flour. I used 1/3 cup of milk powder. I used 1/3 and kidogo cups of sugar, and then I used 2 tablespoons, these ones, 2 tablespoons of yeast, and then I also used half a cup, this one, of vegetable oil, and then I used 1 tablespoon of salt, and I used about what? I made a roux equivalent to what I have made for this. So guys, let me do that. And then these are choma sausages, because with this now, this is my dough. This dough, I intend to use it for cinnamon rolls. I also want to make buns, and I also want to make these things. Mtaona vile nitatengeneza. I don't know how to explain it to you. So I'm going to make sausage buns with this. Sausage buns. Mtaona vile nitatengeneza. And then I also want to make blueberry buns. So I am making 4 things with this dough that I'm going to make here. Na hapa niko na butter. So I am substituting vegetable oil. I'm substituting it with butter. You can use margarine if that is what you have. And it's supposed to be room temperature because it needs to be very soft as you use it. But we'll see. Anyway, so let's knead away. And because you already have put a lot of liquid in this dough, maji uweke kidogo kidogo, otherwise utabaki tu na uji hapa. So you want just the right texture of your dough, and I think I have achieved that, so I am going to transfer this dough here so that I can continue kneading and adding flour as required until I have the right consistency that I want. Kama unajua kupika chapo, unatengeneza unga kama ya chapo, but a little bit softer, just a little bit softer than chapati dough. My hands free, I want to free my hands of all the dough so that I can be able to knead effortlessly. Yeah, now this is manageable. So what we do, we flour the surface. And start kneading. The secret about fluffy bakes is the consistency of your dough and how long you knead it, and of course the ingredients you use. So I want to add my butter. And the reason I have put it at this stage is because I want to continue kneading my dough for about another 8 or so minutes. And I want the butter to be incorporated in my entire dough. And the only way to do that is to add it once the dough has formed in the very early stages, so that as I knead it to perfection, the butter incorporates in the dough. And also when you add your butter, it makes the dough more elastic and therefore easier to work with. I want to believe that my dough is done and ready for proofing. And proofing is just putting it in an oiled or greased bowl and then cover it with a damp cloth for about an hour. It's supposed to double in size. We'll puff it down and start working on it. I'm going to do that. So test number one of knowing that your dough is ready, when you push it down with your finger, it's supposed to come back up immediately. So that is test number one. Test number two, nitawaonyesha. So I just want to oil my dough on the top also so that it doesn't form a hard crust as it rises. And because my bread dough is already done rising, I'm going to use the same cloth. Damp cloth is you just wet a kitchen cloth and cover. I prefer to wet the cloth with some warm water so that it can also give the dough a bit of a head start. So place it in a warm place in your kitchen and watch the magic happen. In the meantime, another cloth, because hygiene. Puff this down. This is the most satisfying part of proofing dough. I find it so oddly satisfying. If I skipped a stage. So let's bake our bread. So I have two bread pans here. Let me line this with parchment paper. You can just oil your pan and then sprinkle a little flour on it and then get rid of the excess and put your dough inside there. It won't stick. The bread will come right out. I think we've done that actually in this channel. Simuliona. I've oiled the pan ndio hii karatasi stick. Msichangae mbona na oil alafu na bado sieki my dough directly. It's so that the paper can stick. Okay? Si mnaona? And we are doing a lot of laundry na hakuna jua, so fingers crossed. You're supposed to bake bread for 50 minutes. So nitaeka hii, I'll turn on my oven for 60 minutes and then I'll give it a 5 minutes head start so that I place my bread in the oven at the 55-minute mark so that they can bake for 55 minutes. 50 to 55 minutes your bread should be ready at 180 degrees. Good to go. The only thing that remains is to shape our bread in this pan. So these are my two breads. Of course you can see that this is smaller than this one and therefore dough ya hii ilikuwa ndogo kuliko ya hii. So the only thing that remains for me to do is to cover this for, I've decided to cover them for about 30 minutes. That is why I switched off my oven. So I'm going to cover those for about 30 minutes and wait for them to rise and take the shape of that pan. And then we are going to shove them in the oven at 180 degrees for about 50 minutes. Right? Okay. So situngoje. In the meantime, let me show you how this is faring. Can you see? You see? Inakuja tu. Nimetoa signal. Imagine just like that my meal prep is over. Stress-free like that. Stress-free like so. Guys, we are back. My dough was proofing for about 30 minutes and then I realized I am still going to proof my cinnamon rolls and my lemon and blueberry rolls for about an hour or 30 minutes. So I realized I don't have to proof them for 1 hour. So nimeenda nimekata dough ya cinnamon roll na dough ya blueberry and lemon rolls. And then these have been boiling for 4 minutes. I'm just placing them aside for them to cool as their dough continues to rise for another 30 minutes or so. So as that happens, let me show you the magic of my bread. Mnaona isha take shape. Isha take shape ya mkate. I am going to make a rectangle with this. So I am just flouring my surface so that my dough does not stick. Nitatumia hii. I'm going to use this baking dish for these rolls. So rectangle. And if you try to roll your dough and it keeps coming back together, just give it a minute or so. You relax, then come back to roll. In the meantime, as I give my dough some time to rest so that I can roll it with ease, I'm going to be making my filling for my cinnamon rolls. And that is cinnamon and brown sugar. So let me do that. There we go. Can you see? Unaona imeanza kwenda kusonga. Yep. Just apply your butter or margarine on the rolled out dough, like so. That's it. Now let's get to the rolling. You roll from the longer side, not the shorter side. You roll from the longer side, right? And make sure that you tighten as much as possible as you roll. And then come with your knife. Remember, I had already greased my baking pan. So hizi nitaziacha hapo for like an hour. Oh my goodness, my bread is almost running over. So I need to handle this, and the only thing that I need to do with this is brush it with some milk for that sheen. Anyway, so roll it out just the same way as the cinnamon rolls dough. You want to achieve a rectangular shape. About a cup of blueberries. So that's like 250 grams. Same drill. So with this remaining dough, I am first going to use it for the hot dog bun, the sausage buns. Alafu ikibaki nitatengeneza buns. We were to make 4 things, so 2 are already going. Let's see how far this takes us. Pinch the edges. If you want, you can wet your hands. Pinch the edges. And then what I like doing, so that it's not so boring. So this is just what I have put in a bowl. Pinch the edges. Pinch the edges. And then mali nini imeishia hapa, unapaka maji, unaishikisha hivyo. And then, so that it's not so boring, what I like doing, take a knife and then cut half of it like that, mara kama 5, like that, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then try and bring the edges together like so. So that it's that shape. Okay? how they look. Let me show you a close-up. Beautiful, right? So this go into the oven for about 20 minutes. Amazing, we are sorted for the week. Ciao.